Two boys are running, late afternoon. Fields on the outskirts of Kofu, in Yamashita Prefecture, Japan. September 1975. They stop because something is already there, an object on the ground. Not distant, not in the sky, close. They describe it as metallic, a disc-shaped craft with a rounded dome on top. The boys, identified in reports as Masami Yoshizawa and Kazuo Koga, say it had just landed. Then a hatch opens and something comes out, a figure, small, estimated around 1.2 to 1.3 meters tall. They describe it in detail: brownish skin, wrinkled, a large head, disproportionate to its body, eyes set forward, not wide apart, and a mouth described as a thin slit with what some accounts describe as protruding teeth or fang-like features. The boys see it move toward them. What happens next varies depending on the account. In some versions, one of the boys is said to have picked up a stick and struck at the figure. In others, that detail is not mentioned. What remains consistent is that the encounter was brief, close, and enough to make them run. They left the field, and then they returned, this time with others. What they found was different. The object was still described as being present, and in some accounts, those who approached it reported seeing another figure inside the craft itself, not outside, watching from within. Again, not every version of the story includes this detail, but it appears often enough to remain part of the case, as it has been told. There are also reports of physical traces, flattened vegetation, circular impressions on the ground. A nearby vineyard owner reported damage to plants around the same time. And there were claims of marks on plastic greenhouse coverings, described as burns or distortions. Photographs were taken, the site was examined. The case drew attention locally, police were informed, teachers became involved. Researchers later documented the boys' accounts. The boys also produced drawings of what they said they saw, not vague shapes, specific, detailed, a being, a craft, a moment. Some who study the case point to the consistency of the boys' descriptions over time. Others suggest alternative explanations, that perception, fear, and environment can shape how an unexpected event is experienced, especially in childhood. There is no confirmed physical evidence that remained, no recovered object. What remains is the account. Two boys, a landed object, a close encounter, not in the sky, on the ground. And that is what makes the Kofu incident different, because distance allows doubt, but proximity creates detail, and detail creates questions that don't easily fade. The field is quiet now, the object is gone, but the story remains, and the question it leaves behind is simple. What did they stand in front of that afternoon in 1975? Something real, misunderstood in the moment, or something that appeared briefly, close enough to be seen, close enough to be described, and then gone before anyone else could fully understand it?